Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Polygon's price chart. And unfortunately, the bearish count just in a very short term played out. Why is that? You see, if you remember the last time that we talked about Polygon, we were right in here. And the idea was that in terms of Elliott's waves, excuse me, what just happened? We are having most likely the sub waves for an ABC zigzag, and we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into a correction for wave B. Let's say this time an ABC. We are also allowed to consider a WXY, a WXYZ, possibly even a triangle, not important, and yet another impulse down into wave C. And we said it back then, this might be from this high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by an ABC zigzag up, and we may see yet another 5-wave impulsive structure on the downside, again on a higher degree. These are going to be the subwaves for, you guessed it right, an ABC zigzag. Now, before we talk about what is happening specifically in this important area, let me tell you that sure, in Polygon, we may see a bit more downward price action, but the overall scenario is still, in my view, as long as we are not taking the low still down here about 16.5 cents, going to remain absolutely bullish and optimistic. Now, why is that? Because if you want to say that we're going to have our final low around here, then okay, you need to be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is called an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of 5 wave. This is a key. Wave 3 is not allowed to be the smallest wave. Okay, this is a big no in Elliott's waves. And for our sub waves, you know what, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can consider so many different possibilities. It honestly doesn't really matter a whole lot. Let's say sure, ABC into wave 2, and yep, a WXY into wave 4. Now let's go on the live chart and see why we are so bullish and optimistic in Polygon. And first things first, you need to sort of kind of ignore this shadow, because when you go on some other charts, this doesn't actually exist. And having said that, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm gonna say into a larger degree wave 1, ABC flat into wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave to about this point into wave 3, correction for 4, and we are having in here another move up into wave 5. So this is actually a great sign suggesting this is actually most likely our final low in Polygon. Now, even according to the most bullish count, after a 5 wave up, what are we going to have? You guessed it right, a move on the downside. And it's actually about this. The move down, according to the most bullish scenario, is going to be most likely in form of a correction structure and not an impulse. And after it's over, we can expect yet another very strong move on the upside, because on a higher degree, this is going to be into a wave 1. This is into wave 2, and what's next? Good move up into wave 3, 4, 5. And the important point is this: for wave 3, in terms of Elliott's waves, the idea is that we are usually going to have very strong and sharp move. That is why I am so optimistic in Polygon. So do not get me wrong, overall we are looking fantastic, but in the short term, let's go on 15-minute time frame. And first things first, in terms of classic patterns, I don't know if you like them, but if you do, I think we can sort of kind of argue that this is now a head and shoulder structure. And I'm going to say it may have gotten confirmed, because you can interpret this as our initial move down and then pull back, and followed by that we got a continuation of the move down, which in it we took this important low. Now, if this head and shoulder is going to work, then okay, what's going to be a likely target for it? You need to put your chart on regular first, and then measure the height of your pattern and put this thing at your breaking point. Excuse me. There we go. As you can see, this is giving you like an 18 cents polygon, and I do think we can actually have like yet another 10% move on the downside. And in terms of Elliott's waves, okay, so in my view, this is probably going to be from this high, I'm gonna say to about this point of wave 1, followed by maybe like an A, B, C flat into wave 2. And at the moment, we are on our way to have a wave 3, and what's next? Correction for 4, another move down into wave 5. And this is exactly why I would like to argue this move down in Polygon is going to continue for a little bit, let's say for another 10%. And then after it, I am really hoping that we are going to have a very strong move up in form of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to get back above this level. And again, the shape of this move is really the key. if in this phase we're going to see a very strong move without really a lot of overlapping of the waves, that's actually going to be a good sign, further confirming that we do overall have in here a bullish candle. So for the short term in Polygon, expect another move down, but then a very strong bounce back. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Matic's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.